Welcome to the Play Cousins podcast, a dose of healthy conversations with your Play Cousins. A dose of healthy conversations with your Play Cousins. Welcome to the Play Cousins podcast.
Hi, sweet.
Hey,
Guess who's back? Was that a whistle?
hello, party people. How y'all doing?
Hi. The Jasmine Flowers.
Y'all know I had to be extra and put that up there.
Added some ease in the new year.
Yeah.
And I just realized I'm out here giving my whole governments.
Dang.
What is that?
Girl, listen. So how's everybody been doing?
Good. Made it.
And you said who? You said what?
Made it.
We made it. We
Yeah.
survived. We are literally in the junior year of COVID.
Yes. We are. It has been, I think we have proven that we have had enough of this. But I mean, COVID ain't really stopped nothing for me.
That's bad. You be outside.
And when I tell you never got COVID either, but I gotta work. So I'm just like, I put on my mask, I'm safe, and I'm going to these events though.
Not the events.
Yes, I'm going to.
Yes.
Okay, I don't care. I'm putting on my mask and I'm going.
You know. Well, it's also Black History Month, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
How
Happy
you
Black
been
History Month.
celebrating? How you
I'm
been celebrating?
365 being black as hell.
Before McDonald's said it.
Right. So every day. Shout out to Black History Month. But we already know if you black, we black all the time and we celebrate being black all the time. We acknowledge that they like to give us the tiniest month to say, yeah, y'all black, let's give y'all a little bit, but we celebrate every day from the womb to the tomb and beyond.
Very true.
And that is it. Well, I don't know if you guys know, but every year there's a theme for Black History Month. Did y'all know that?
No.
No. How do you get that? Is it like a email you
Hey, what
get or?
So it's a group called Asala. Don't ask me for the acronyms because I'll butcher it. But each year they host the events that kind of kicks off Black History Month, and in that they explain their theme. So last year was about representing the Black family. And kind of looking at that dynamics because, you know, not only do we have our family blood relatives, we have our PH family that's, you know, frats and sororities, but then there was also like your cousins. So they looked at all those dynamics. So for this year, the theme is Black health and wellness, and you know, it's bringing awareness around, you know, health disparities, celebrating people that have innovated in the healthcare industry, as well as things like looking at folk medicine. So, you know, us Black folks, if we ain't got it, we're going to make a way.
Right.
And I just want to kind of like play a game right now.
Okay.
You know, we all have grown up with our grandmothers. And so we've tried a whole bunch of things to like bridge that healthcare gap when you didn't either have money to go to the doctor or you didn't want to go to the doctor because you didn't trust them. So we're going to play a game of this or that. So y'all ready?
Right.
Yes.
So question number 1 of this or that. And we'll start with Twanda first. And then Jazz will answer. If I have a cold, I'm going to A, take Tuss'n, or B, drink water and lay your ass down?
Oh, definitely B. In my household, you're drinking water. You might even get to warm it up, but it's water.
Listen, my mama was a registered nurse, and her remedy for everything was take a nap. So it was take a nap. You'll feel better when you take a nap, or at least you won't be hollering at me. Go to sleep. So yeah, I'm gonna go with B too.
Okay. All right. So the consensus is drink water and lay your ass down. Okay. Number 2, if I have a stomach ache, I'm going to A, drink ginger ale, or B, Pepto-Bismol.
Red Rocket, Red Rock ginger ale.
Man, listen. Once again, my educated registered nurse mother with her real medical background swore up and down ginger ale was the cure. So she used to ginger ale that thing up. I was like, that is not. But that's what she said. So I'm going to go with ginger ale too.
Okay.
Have y'all tasted the Red Rock lately?
No, but I've never had it. But I heard it is so powerful. I have never had Red Rock.
Really?
Never.
I had a Jamaican ginger beer the other day, and all my insides was tingly.
Yeah, I bet.
Different feeling. But I have not tasted Red Rock. Did they change the
No, but it was super strong then, and it's super strong now. And I don't think our little bodies were supposed to be drinking that. But we here, so maybe.
Right. All right. So number 3, what was a multi-purpose healing agent? A, cod liver oil, or B, baking soda mixed with lemon, or C, ginger ale?
In my family, we would have gone with A. My grandma lived and died by some cod liver oil.
Really?
That would change your life.
Not for the better.
I can't remember cod liver oil as much as I remember just that damn ginger ale.
You've never had cod liver oil if you can't remember it.
Yeah, it's a nasty, very nasty taste, right? Yeah. Did it actually work though?
Your insides flipped out.
And the thing is, you take it and you burp maybe like 30 minutes later.
Yeah, it's fine.
And it tastes like fish right here. It was.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had
you
that.
You haven't. Because you got PTSD.
Yeah. I was like, I did that.
Just like, no. Okay. Number 4. This is more modern. If you're trying to lose a couple of pounds, you A, are going to drink flat tummy tea, or B, wear a waist trainer.
You can go first, Jasmine, because I'm not on there.
I think if you drink, so neither one of them, I think, are going to give you the results that your fat ass look. But I do think that we can just take out flat tummy tea because that actually doesn't work. It's just you have to do other things with that flat tummy tea. But I will say this. I think the psychology of actually wearing a waist trainer would cause you not to do certain things. Like, I just don't feel like you would put on a waist trainer and sit up there and eat wings because you would actually feel how compressed you are with the waist trainer that would trigger your mind to know I'm supposed to be losing weight. Like drinking the flat tummy tea, I think is a momentary thing, where you probably drink it in the morning or during the day, but you're not really going to be consciously thinking, I just had tummy tea, let me not eat these wings. With that waist trainer, though, you would think about it. So I'm going to go with the waist trainer.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the nap because...
Yeah.
You just gonna get these new pounds.
I mean, period.
I mean, but some people been training their waist this college. They in college now. They educated with these waist trainers. Like, I saw somebody eat ice cream actually with a waist trainer on and Lululemon pants.
Was working the outside, and she was just trying to get things a little different on the inside. I don't know. It ain't gonna work for sis. We sorry.
Yeah. Neither one of them will if you got your waist trainer on pulling up the Chick-fil-A. So I'm not gonna.
All right. So number 5.
Oh.
If I want flawless skin, I'm going to A, use Vaseline and witch hazel, or B, mind your business.
You would be better off minding your business and using Vaseline, which will clog your pores. And then it is a real ass chemical, and your pores, and depending on if you have oily skin, that's probably the worst for your oily prone skin. If you a little dry, I would still say don't use Vaseline, because you will then end up with oily skin because your pores are so full, you're gonna end up having all types of issues. I say just mind your business.
My grandma swore by some Vaseline and witch hazel, and her skin is still supple. She got a jar on her nightstand right now.
Yeah, my mama would have done definitely Vaseline. My aunts do witch hazel. I'll do witch hazel too. I ain't even gonna lie. But
The Trader Joe's?
they still do ponds in my family. They live and die by ponds. I don't know what's in ponds. Never have I used it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But the old souls in the family still use ponds.
They still do it.
Classics never go out of style.
Right.
All right. So number 6, if you have a body ache, you're going to A, take an Epsom salt bath, or B, lather on some Tiger Balm.
Well, as long as you're not trying to be romantical and you're trying go ahead and do that Tiger Balm. But if not, you can do a little Epsom salt in the tub.
Yeah. I never understood why anybody would, if your body is hurting, how you gonna get your own tight ass bones in a bathtub? Like, I never understood that. I was like, so I gotta hurt to get in the tub. I'm supposed to magically feel better when I come up out of all this damn salt. I never understood it. So I'm like, why not just go the topical route where you can put it on your knee, your back, your elbow, whatever's hurting, and the pain should go away, right?
You ain't took no hot bath with some Epsom salt infused with CBD, because
baths in general are so nasty to me. I hate the thought of sitting my dirty ass in a bunch of my dirt going back onto my body. Like, literally, whoever takes a bath, you have to end up taking a shower afterward. Because you have to, like, you gonna take a bath and then rewash yourself?
Yeah.
For no reason, just take a shower.
Listen, me and Twanda would be swimming in the bathtub. Like, catch us on a good weekend. What you doing, girl? In the bathtub. Like, soaking. Yeah.
Then you take a shower.
Right.
I hate baths.
All right. So we're going to round this up to number 7. If you have been diagnosed with a life-altering disease, you're going to A, drink Gingerale, or B, pray it away.
If you have been diagnosed with a what?
Life-altering disease.
Child.
My mom would have told you to just drink water.
And lay your ass down.
Pretty much.
You ain't gonna pray that your ass.
Definitely not.
You ain't gonna manifest it to be healed.
Absolutely Manifesting it. I feel like whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Like, I mean, if it's life altering, well then I'm about to head on up out of here. But I'm gonna do whatever I want to. Like if I got to go, I got to go. So
It's just altering, Jasmine. It ain't killing you.
I mean, if it's life altering, does that mean I'm gonna have to be tethered to an oxygen tank?
Jasmine
Like,
said, I'm about to drink more than Gingerale.
right. I mean, if I'm gonna have to sit there and not engage in my goonetry in these streets, I'm gonna be like, y'all, you know what? Go.
Like, how can you infuse this oxygen with some Hennessy?
Okay.
Like, in these streets, like what? The streets are calling me, and I gotta be sitting up now in a wheelchair. Hospice. Yeah, I'm really about to go. Like, no.
That escalated all the way. She went to the hospice.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead. Probably, if I know I'm about to get up out of here, I'm probably gonna rob a bank, take that money, and go just spend it on a bunch of clothes, foods, and flee to Paris or something.
I cannot.
Yeah,
So,
I would totally do.
But rob a bank.
It's life altering. They ain't gonna do nothing, but if I get caught, they're gonna give me a compassionate release if it's life altering.
Girl, life altering could mean that you lost a foot. Like your ass done went and robbed a bank.
Yes.
You're not gonna get out because you lost a foot.
Right.
I'll be like, listen, I only did this because my brain thought that life was gonna be so different. So if y'all could excuse this, like that excuse actually gonna work. They gonna be like, girl, turn around. So I put these cuffs on.
Like, I wrote a note. I'm so sorry.
I apologize.
I want to apologize for my behavior. That was not me. Y'all let white girls get away with this all the time. So, imagine that my name is Lauren and I just made a mistake.
It's a Jasmine with the I and not the Y.
Exactly. I'm Jasmine with the I, not the Y, and I made a mistake. Let me go. Child, I'll be in jail so fast.
Right. Fast.
Man, watch your head.
Exactly. You go like this or behind.
Oh my God. So to kind of segue into like life altering things, we're in the new year.
Mm-hmm.
And new me, new year, new me.
Yeah.
Vision boards to kind of like, get your focus, people working out and stuff. So who has set their goals? Who's, completed their vision board?
Don't look at me. I don't believe in that stuff.
What?
I don't believe in vision boards and setting. I think you should set goals, but I think you should set goals that are actually obtainable. Like you're going to be able to actually do it. And I think the issue with setting goals at the beginning of the year is that you feel bad when you don't hit them. So you end up going to the extreme of I'm just not going to do anything. I'm going to feel bad about myself. Like I didn't lose 5 pounds and I didn't do all of this. I didn't get a new job. Like it's ridiculous. And I don't do vision boards. I've created 2 vision boards. And like I always tell everybody, they end up looking like ransom notes. Both of them. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, it's nothing but a big ass ransom note. You're cutting out pictures and words from other people. You
right.
Like a baby. You're putting, I want kids. I want this new car. I want all of this other stuff. To me, none of that. I get what people saying, like the correlation between like writing things down or seeing it every day and how that triggers your mind to do it. But nothing matters more than action, in my opinion. You can say all the things that you want, but how are you actually moving towards those goals? You want the car. Okay, what are you going to do when you work part-time at AutoZone, but you want a Tesla?
Yeah.
You need a new job, baby. Like you want a kid, but you don't have any kind of communication skills. You don't know how to date. You don't know how to do any of this, but you want to be married with children. Well, before you get there, you got a couple of things you got to reach. You want a new job, but you don't have your resume together. You don't have anything like there are steps that you need to do to actively pursue that. So vision boards, it's just like, to me, it's busy work when you have real actions that you need to do to get there. So
Mhm.
let's throw out the vision boards. Let's throw out these lame ass, I'm gonna lose weight goals or whatever. And what are you gonna do today to get there? What are you gonna do today? Like, are you gonna pull up at Chick-fil-A tonight? Because that's not a part of your goals. Okay, you're gonna eat that lame ass salad in the refrigerator. Okay, well then that's part of your goals. You'll get closer and closer to doing it. So yeah, for me, it's a no.
What about you, Tdot?
I definitely agree with the ransom note. I have always said that I don't like it. I've done one vision board ever in life. I think it was at your vision board party. You'll be like,
That was the
okay,
last one.
I've never seen a cute one. I don't know. And I just like putting it up in my house. It just seems like I'm just creating more clutter. But
Yeah.
I live and die by, okay, I just live. I don't die by it. I live for like my notes app in my phone.
Mhm.
So I, throughout the year, last year, I was like, well, this is what I want to hit for the next year. And they aren't lofty goals. Heck, technically, most of them have been done by now, and it's just February. And
Mhm.
I clearly know I wanted to do these goals because they're in my phone, and my phone has been locked for a whole month.
Oh,
So, whole nother story. But so I know I wanted to do them, and they were like in my heart. So,
Mhm.
um, and I'm a project manager by trade, so I can figure out what steps to do to hit goals. Kind
Right.
of. So I don't like vision boards. I do believe in goals. Of course, not too lofty, something obtainable. What y'all smart people call smart goals and
Or
all
invest.
that. But over here is trying for even for me, me saying I want a Tesla, and I know I don't even clean out my Honda very well. That ain't, that's a small incremental thing to show that I might be ready for a fancier-ish car. So, just t- doing things in small doses and bites is probably the best for
yeah.
goal setting.
Yep, because I know personally, when I was into vision boards, it collected a lot of dust. I do believe in like you see stuff and it happens, but I do agree with you guys. Like it's too much, and people got to really level set where they are. Um,
Mhm.
so I was looking at a couple of articles because sometimes you got to know why you're failing so that you could succeed. So they were saying stuff like one is too many pictures on someone's vision board. Like you're putting all this stuff on the board that is basically stretch goals versus like things that, as Tdot was saying, like they're not in bite sizes. Like you're not going to be able to lose 100 pounds in a year unless you really going and getting surgery.
That's dedication too. Like, I mean, you can lose 100 pounds in a year, but like that really takes you, I mean, completely taking down the calories and also
Mhm.
working out damn near every day. That you can do it, but that's hard.
Discipline, a
Yeah, that's
lot of discipline.
But you
yeah.
also have to have support for that. Like, who is really by themselves losing 100 pounds without
I
support? You
mean,
guys,
some people have
really?
been self motivated to be like, I'm just because they got sick of being fat as hell. So, some people have been like, you know what? I got to do this. I got to put me first. I got to put me first. And they just went on their own and just did it,
Right.
but the weight loss process. Oh, child. It is mine. It's your mind over everything else. But
Yeah.
some people have really just been like, I'm sick of being fat and I'm about to die. I'm sick. I'm on all these pills. I don't want to be here. So they just get in their minds to do it that way. But that's a lot though. Yeah.
Yep.
I
So,
think, go ahead.
oh, sorry. I was going to say the second one was people are not clear about what they want.
Yeah.
So you're saying, oh, I want a house and I want to have this family. But to go back to what Jazz was saying, you lack communication skills to get that. So it's conflicting signals. So, like, what you got on the board and what you do, or the two things that you got on the board, are conflicted and you sabotaging yourself. So, those are other reasons why it doesn't work. The third one was, and I guess this is what happened to my board, is that you keep it in an obscure place. So behind your bed.
Because you don't want nobody to see that little ugly thing. You not gonna put it on display.
Right. Like, why is your board in your garage?
It got juice stains on it. You just
Right. Like, what the hell? So it's the action. Like, you have to be intentional about how you're going to get it done in order to get it done. And I think you don't need a vision board in order to do that. You can just be very clear on where you want to go, where do you want to land, and if you like the steps you need to go through to get there is what you should be more focused on than cutting out words in a magazine.
I also think that people don't have a clear understanding of them.
Ooh.
Like how disciplined are you really?
Yeah.
How much are you afraid to do something?
Mm-hmm.
The support that you may have. Like, if you want to go jump off a mountain or something and you actually horribly afraid, that
Right.
shouldn't be your goal. Or if you want to lose these 100 pounds, but you're not disciplined, you need the support to even do that. So, like, even I think before you write down your goals and figure that out, you just have to get to know you and what you're willing to do or what you're not willing to do, and just the characteristics of yourself.
Exactly.
Are you looking at my piece of paper?
Oh, sorry. No, I can't see
Number
that.
4 was you are having internal issues and you need to fix yourself.
Ooh, hold on.
Knock yourself off. You here? We see you.
I was about to say somebody text me and the whole thing went black. I was like, oh, and then my hands all in the place. Sorry.
Oh, that retrograde is retrograding.
Are we in retrograde?
I
I think we're out now.
No,
right?
we just got out. It's the after effects, girl. It's the after effects.
So I got a question. Is retrograde real?
I think it is.
Depends on people's belief process.
Especially with technology. I definitely.
Isn't it? Okay.
I mean, if just like the meme says, you believe in them crystals, sis, you can believe in retrograde.
Because I mean, some people really like stand by their crystals and their prayers. So I guess.
Listen, that's real. So let's get to number 5. Since Twanda stole my thunder with 4. 5, lack of association. So are you really stepping in the shoes of your future self? You know how they say, fake it till you make it?
Mm-hmm.
So when you have this vision board, are you, after you done crafted this nice little vision board, you done use all the Elmer's glue, after that, what are you doing? Are you walking in your purpose? Are you walking in your vision?
Yeah.
So are you getting that power suit and going to network to go meet people so you could get on a PJ and vacations? Like, or are you doing what you need to do at work so you could, accrue your PTO to take off? Like, so are you walking in your future self? Is number 5. And number 6, and I think we've already touched on this, but it's just no action on your part. You're not taking the next steps. Like, people have to realize that a vision board is just that, a vision. And you have to have tools to actually set the framework and the motion behind that. What is that? The kinetic energy. You gotta move forward. Like, you just can't stay there in your, okay, it's gonna jump off the poster board and lather all over you, and that just happens. Like, So you actually really have to understand
Yeah.
the steps that it takes to get to those points. So action is like the main part of it. And so with action, also people just, you kind of go into like manifesting. So you start just like really being like, I'm gonna keep saying this, I'm gonna affirm it, I'm gonna keep, putting it out there. I'm gonna write it on my with lipstick on my mirror. Like, what y'all think about manifesting? Do y'all practice manifesting?
No, I do not.
Yeah.
I don't do well with that kind of stuff. I don't knock it, but I don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't knock it either. I kind of feel like whatever somebody feels like works for them, but I still think nothing will ever, to me, manifesting and praying are the same thing. That's why sometimes I laugh a little bit at spiritual and religious people who fight against each other, because I'm like, y'all literally do the same thing, but you call it something different. But I feel like you could pray all you want, you could manifest all you want. But again, what are those actions that you're taking to get what you want? Like, you can't just sit here in a room and manifest, light candles, and do nothing. You can't sit here and either go to church and just pray and hope a situation will work out. What are you actually doing to get it to that point? Of course, some things are out of our control or power, but the things that you can control, like stop working part-time at AutoZone and get a better job or whatever, like some
I need
things
a battery right now. You talk about all those stuff.
like there are some things that you can actually do. It's the actionable things that you can get where you want to get to. What are you doing at that point? So manifestation for me is not a thing unless you're gonna manifest and do some action, or pray and do some type of action. It's just a ritual that nothing comes out of it.
What do you think?
What about you, Kilby?
We stop asking my questions. I agree with constantly reminding yourself. So that's what I personally see manifestation as you're constantly reminding yourself. So like when I want to do something, I put towards it every day. So like if I want something, I'm gonna have a sticky note of, oh, I want to do this, to just keep it in your mind so that you're constantly like thinking of it. And I actually apply some of the principles that I do at work. So like I work in Agile at work. That's like a project management methodology. And in Agile, every day we have stand-ups. So it's kind of like, what are you doing? What you need help with? What blockers you have? And so I feel like that's kind of how I equate manifesting in my life, with constantly reminding myself that I could do it or that it's there to do.
Right. That's
What about you, Tdot?
I answered first.
Oh, you did. So with that, sometimes people get so obsessed in manifestation and trying to make things happen. But I think personally, they forget one element, and that's really surrendering. So like when you really want to do stuff and you're blocking yourself with just the obsession part, are you really surrendering and making yourself like clear for those things? So what do y'all kind of feel like manifesting versus like the surrendering aspect of it?
I think your volume went out just a little bit. You said what? What was the last part?
I was saying, what do y'all think about manifesting versus surrendering? Like, is it a difference?
Manifest surrender. I mean, like surrendering to the process and just letting things happen to you.
To the process, like letting stuff go. Like instead of trying to be like, I want this to happen. How do you necessarily know that that's for you? Like versus saying, trust in the process. Like that was my whole campaign for a couple of summers. Like trust in the process, let things happen.
The controller in me wants to be like, trust the process. Yeah, right. But I don't know. Maybe there is something to just letting the chips fall where they may. I don't know if that's the saying, or just being like, I don't know. Maybe sometimes you put so much into, okay, I got to get this, I did this action, I did that action, and nothing's working. So I think maybe sometimes if you just like, whatever happens, maybe that does work too, I guess.
I see it happening for a lot of people. I know people who are obsessed with wanting to get married, and so they've accepted things in dating life so that they could just get married. And then their marriage don't work out, and then they get back in the dating and they're like, oh, I guess I'm gonna do it, and then they now ended up with somebody who they were supposed to be with. But if they trusted in the process, they wouldn't have no divorce under their belt.
I mean, but is that truly surrendering, or is that you just was like you defeated? Really? I think that's more defeat. Like you've been defeated by things not working for you. I don't think it's surrendering. I think it's just you like, man, whatever. My plan didn't work out, and I just really want this title, so I'm willing to compromise, forego my interests, so I can just have a title. I think that's just being like, all right, I didn't win. I'm defeated. Whatever.
But can't you be manifesting something that ain't for you?
Will you get it then?
But like you be so obsessed with the goal that you're like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. But what you're trying to do is not for you. it's literally not in the cards. But because you put all the work to it, it happens. But it's not for you.
I mean, but if it's not for you, will it happen to you though?
Yes.
It's not for you.
People get married all the time, and it ain't for them. The work. They watered the grass there because it was there, and that's what they thought they wanted to do.
Well,
I mean, but feel for them for a lesson. I think if things happen to you, it's for you. Nobody said it had to turn out right. Maybe it was just a lesson in, maybe just don't get married for any reason. Like maybe that's your lesson. But I think if it happens to you, I think it is for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's more of a thought process kind of thing. Like like Jasmine said, like it might be for whatever reason you had a child with this person and your child is your joy. Like it might, you don't know what positive or negative thing might have happened for whatever they manifested.
Yeah. Okay. Or that person can introduce you to the love of your life. You just haven't.
The divorce lawyer.
It was his daddy.
Method man, your divorce lawyer, and now you living a beautiful life.
Right. I mean, you never know.
Oh my gosh. The other thing they were saying, like why manifestation does not work, is like people are too attached to their results. So like you're not giving gratitude and grace and you to like the little things. You're like, oh, it's not happening. So, you're spewing negativity and doubt and into your process. The other one is really just kind of like lack of accountability. Like shit don't happen sometimes. And I say this, I say this because my grandma said this. God don't bless fools. Like some people are not getting jobs they want or be in relationships they want because he know you're gonna squander it. So you lack accountability and responsibility to be trusted with like that positivity.
But that's not always true too, because look at Trump. Trump is probably one of the worst humans, and he held the highest honor or the highest position that you can have in this country. So, I mean, fools get opportunities. I would argue to say fools get probably more opportunities than the person who's actually trying to be intentional about things, because I don't know what it is about the psychology of people, but people tend to listen to folks who are, whether they make sense or not, people who are a little bit harsher or louder than the person who is like, guys, I got a plan, but look, let me just, I will say this. I used to be extremely shy, quiet, like nobody knew me. I was so shy I couldn't talk in a crowd full of people. Used to get stepped on, walked all over all the time. The minute that I found my voice and started speaking up for myself and just being loud with people, no more problems. So I mean, that was just like kind of a way of talking about that. I don't know what it is about the psychology of people in that way, but I don't always think that the right people get in the right positions. I just think sometimes it's just your personality that gets you there, because you may be the loudest in the room and you the biggest damn fool, and you get opportunities because of just being a dumbass and getting other people on your side to essentially like co-sign your bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that that's more so with to set you up for your next play.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I actually was someone that I know left our company and went to another company for a promotion, and we had a conversation before they left, kind of like, do you really think that this is your like next steps? But they were so obsessed with like another title. And so now the company that they went to went bankrupt. And it's just like, you had a good situation. And to be truthful, and if they hear this, I mean, I done said this to you before, but like, they had support where they were. They still had to learn things, and that's why they weren't getting that increase. But they just saw it as, I've been here at this place for a certain time, and it's not aligned with where I want to be goals wise, but they're not looking at the steps that they need to take to get there, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like, you really didn't manifest them, you just jumped too quick into another situation. It wasn't like I don't want to say it wasn't a blessing, but it's like 2 months now, you below where you were before.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe that's a lesson though, and that too, of being like, maybe pay a little bit more attention to what you need to gain before you take the next step in life, because maybe you're not ready. And so sometimes when you make a mistake and you have to take a step back, then I think you learn from there. So I don't know. I don't know. I just think about like the lessons learned in every step that we take in life.
Right. Okay. So earlier you kind of touched on, you see the parallels of prayer and manifestation as the same. So in that, like, we're in the South, we're in the Bible Belt, and like religion is big. Like religion, people say, has healing power as well as can change things. So, one, do you think that's true? I'm gonna start with Tdot because I already know Jasmine's answer by her face. But like, do you think that's true? And then also, like, does prayer require something else, or is it you just pray and that's it?
I personally kind of think that prayer and like meditating or whatever it is, it's really setting you up for just discipline, right? So you pray every day, or you pray however many times a day, and you do it for not religious, but religiously, like often. You're just learning how to be disciplined. And so if you learn how to be disciplined in this small way, well, or big way, however you think about it religiously, then you can transfer that to whatever goal you want to do. But if you just think about like prayer as a way to talk to God and meditating is a way to listen to God. Either way, you're learning how to be calm and be still and be disciplined in doing something. So you just have to continue in doing that. And that's where I think the whole prayer comes in. So yeah, you got to work. You still got to work. But that's helping with the discipline so you can learn how to do the work.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, church folks don't believe in meditating. That is
That's a prayer,
No, I definitely believe in stillness and being mindful, like through meditation. Like that definitely is real because you got to shut off all that noise. Like we have so much noise day to day in our lives, even when you're sleeping. Like that's why people got, what is it called? Not sleep apnea. Insomnia. Like because it's noise. Like your thoughts are cluttered. You done did something and you need to get it off your chest. So it's really your brain never shuts off. So being able to control your thoughts and your mind through meditation is I truly believe that's something like real. Like I try to do it at least, especially at night, like before I sleep. I've been incorporating that, like just being silent and try it for 5 minutes and then 10 minutes. It's kind of like one of them planks that I haven't got up to 3 minutes yet, but like it takes practice and you got to be kind to yourself about that. What you think, Jazz? Because I already know.
I mean, I feel like we can train our minds to believe whatever. Like, I think if you feel like prayer works, you've trained your mind to think that your prayers lead whatever happens in your life to come to fruition. I believe if you manifest and you think that that has gotten you where you are, your mind has allowed you to believe that. But I guarantee everybody who has prayed and manifested and they actually could control it and things happen, they had to put work behind it. Like you did something that created how you got that position, that person, that job, whatever it was that you ended up getting. So, I mean, I'm just not a person that thinks that sitting around thinking about things will actually, that's the only thing that you need to do. Although I see a problem with it, I just don't think that it's the only thing anybody has ever done, because if that were true, we pray that people don't die all the time and they still die.
Yeah.
So what happens when the things that you manifested and prayed for don't work out? How do you explain that then? Is it just one of those, well, God said it one time, God needed you more? No, or the spirit, the universe told me that I couldn't have this. Like, but you did the same work, you manifested. I thought you were supposed to have it. But I mean, I just don't lead with thinking that sitting around thinking about things will actually get you what you want.
Yeah. It's definitely action. I think action. The other thing is really you got to be intentional. So you got to be deliberate day to day. You also have to be clear with your results that you want. Like being vague, you're not going to get your goal. Like it's not going to happen. Or if you're vague, you kind of have an idea. That's when you kind of know that you need to kind of break down what you're trying to do. So like since we're all talking about like wealth and health, if you're like, I want to save $1,000, if you don't know how to save $1,000, you might say for the month of February, I'm going to save $25 a week. So at the end of the month, I got $100.
Ooh.
And because it's realistic to where you are,
right?
But it's also obtainable. That gives you encouragement to say, okay, well, if I did 100, I could do 200, and then 300, and then 400. Like it keeps adding up. And so one, you're not seeing yourself as a failure. Because when we try to, when we have goals with long deadlines, it's so much things that can happen in that time. So if you give yourself grace, or like just giving yourself time to really obtain stuff, one, it helps your it encourages you, but the other part of it is it helps you kind of see where you went wrong in that month. Because maybe you had $24.99 and you be like, I really have to go get that extra burrito, and I could have had $25.10. So like you're able to calibrate more.
Right. Agreed.
So I mean, how do you kind of like go for your goals? Like, do you set them like long sprints, or are you kind of doing like I try to use the track analogy and it just failed me. But like, are you trying to do a marathon? Are you trying to do sprints? That's where it was. I got it.
Tdot, you want to go first?
I guess I'm sprinting because none of my goals are like super long term. I don't think in life, period, just the type of person I am, I don't like, I've never been the girl like, ooh, I want to be married. Ooh, I want to have 3 kids. Ooh, I want to go. I don't know. But I don't have many like lifelong kind of goals.
Like, I want to go on a vacation.
Right. They just be like, here. They be in arm's reach. So yeah, I think I do sprints.
Okay.
Yeah. I think for mine, it'll be a swift walk. Like, leading up to a power walk with things I'm trying to do. I don't know. Like, if it's something that I really want, I do get extremely laser focused on things that I want. And I tend to get it because I end up being like super laser focused on what I want. And I can be patient with it. But yeah, I guess with that, I'll be running towards it if it's something that I really like. I will do what it takes to get the things that I want. So that's why I'm like, if I fail at some things, I didn't want it enough because I know how I can work and get things. And when I don't get something, I'm like, well, maybe girl, you just didn't want it that badly because you know how to get what you want. So yeah, I don't know. For me, like I said, walking swiftly leading to a power walk. I ain't jumping over no hurdles though.
I cannot. So yeah, like with goals, I also think that people lack just overall juggling life stuff. So like kind of what you were saying, like if somebody wanted to lose 100 pounds, right? That's all you could be able to do. Like that's where your focus is. So you can't, I think people got to kind of look at like their capacity when they're setting themselves up for goals. So like that kind of goes with why your vision board be failing, because you got so much stuff. So like, yes, we got 24 hours in a day, and everybody be like, we ain't got Beyonce's 24 hours. But it's certain things that require a lot more sweat equity than others. And so you can't do them in parallel. Like, it's not enough of you to go around with that. And so I think we have to kind of be real conscientious about setting ourselves up for failure.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Because burnout is real.
Yeah.
So have you ever kind of like burned out before? And like, or like if for our audience, kind of like symptoms of burnout, or like when you're kind of overloading with things that we kind of pressure ourselves to do throughout goals?
I feel like let's say, for instance, like if you're trying to find someone to date and you're burning out, like if you find yourself having deja vu moments and you're in or not deja vu moments, but like reoccurring situations and you're talking to a totally different person. That may be something where it's a burnout, or you keep meeting the same type of person over and over again. That may lead to burnout. Like maybe that's an opportunity for you to switch up. Like, okay, what exactly do I want? And then go after something differently, I think, to avoid that burnout. And that with jobs, if you're not like having the best what I'm trying to say. Like if you're not having a good turnout with finding jobs, then maybe you need to like restructure your resume. Or sometimes you need to might just maybe you need to lie on your resume too. You know, like just to get
It's
what you desire, what you're looking for. Because the
finessing.
what's that?
Finessing. My
Yeah. But
people. Finessing.
yeah.
Right.
So you don't end up burning. I just think that if you come up against burnout, maybe analyze what you're doing and then kind of like tweak things a little bit so that you can take a different path to see if that will get the results that you're looking for.
Yeah. No, that's real. So to kind of like bring this all together, I think that like we're all in agreement that like vision boards
Yeah.
and manifestation and prayer, not necessarily that it ain't gonna work, but for it to work, it has to be a thing called action.
100%.
Yes.
And in that action, when you're setting up what you want, when you're communicating what you want, you got to be intentional. You have to be clear with what you're trying to do, but you also have to understand where you are. So
Yeah.
if you got a part-time job at AutoZone, like you're not about to have a Maserati by the end of the
You know,
year unless you're doing something else or
prepping or something because you
you
definitely
done won the lottery.
exactly.
The other thing is you got to be capable. So overloading yourself is not gonna work. It's not gonna help you to the finish line. I think we've all kind of said like having sprints or a brisk walk uh type of goals will help you be more confident so that you can like recalibrate and go towards your next goal. Um and so I really like them takeaway points for our audience, but also I wanted to kind of wrap it up with since we're in the new year, new me, we prescribe things and we're not going to do a resolution, but
Okay.
we're about tangible goals, within short increments. So I'm going to start with the Jasmine Flowers, and you're going to give me your prescription for the
Okay.
week of, what you're going to do and for yourself to attain one of your goals.
So I think my thing is to take inventory of what you're actually capable of. And then from there, I think that people and myself need to lean into those skills of what you're good at. And then look at things that haven't worked, figure out how to tweak it. And so try different formulas so that it may work. And then go from there and see if that works. But also, I think the biggest thing is not to be too hard on yourself if something doesn't work out the first time you attempt it. And it should not be something where you just end up being like, oh, I'm never going to try this again. No, you just need to recalibrate, rework some things, and try it again. And then maybe when you try it again or again and again, then you'll get what you're looking for. But never fail is or never stop working will be my prescription for y'all.
Okay, I like that one. Tdot.
Well, one of my goals is to like not build relationships, but make sure that the relationships I have are built on strong foundation. So like reaching out to my friends, actually giving them a call, trying to see them face to face. If I've had relationships that have failed or gone awry, find out like how I could get back to the middle. So like I will definitely I have it in my calendar, religiously call my friends on specific days. It kind of sounds weird, but that's what I'm doing. But I also have one little caveat that also it's okay to not have goals. I know we live in Atlanta and we real busy and everybody got a hustle and everything, but not to shun anybody who just they're good where they are and they just want to live right here.
Yeah.
Like,
If that's what you want to do, go at it.
it's okay for being a bum. Like, homeless people be making a lot of money, and they
Not
have
a bum.
freedom.
It's not a bum. It's just
I mean, they got a lot of freedom.
right. But they don't call them bums.
Sorry, not
Kilby.
bums. You want to be very not tied to responsibilities.
Yeah, or somebody like I know for me in the beginning of COVID, a lot of stuff happened in my life, and I was like, in 2021, I ain't got no goals. That ain't me. Like at work, I'm gonna do what I need to do, go
I'm
about
just
my
gonna do
business. Ain't trying to like build nothing. Ain't trying to hold nobody's hand. I'm not trying to
Yep.
do nothing
yeah.
great. I just want to be here. So I just want everybody to know who has that vision for themselves right now that it is okay.
It's
That's
perfect.
real. It
What
is
about
okay. So mine is to do something for myself every day. I feel like I do stuff for myself. So like I get little gifts for myself throughout the week because I made it through the week. But like really health wise, do something for myself physically every day. So if that's waking up and stretching, if that's blocking off my calendar to get on this Peloton, like if that's greasing my scalp, but like honestly doing something for myself every day versus like saying, oh, I'll get to that later or like, at night and it don't happen because you're so tired from the day. Like don't let the day deplete you so that you don't give something to yourself. So do it every day early, like before noon. I'm gonna do something for myself.
Those sound great, ladies.
sound good?
Well, I'm glad that we're back.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back.
Excited. So we back. I was gonna say I don't know what the next episode is gonna be like, but we're here. We heard all of you guys. I kind of low-key felt bullied to get the episode out, not from you guys, but the cousins. They was waiting for us. They were excited.
Well,
So
shout out to the cousins. We back. Y'all make sure y'all listen and y'all share this with your friends. Share it with people so that they can hear us. Okay. If y'all really love us like you say you do, share it. But yeah, thanks guys.
Thank you.
all right.